Hey, welcome to Love Them Knives channel. LTK here. What do you think? We've got the Koenig Arius. Hey, thanks for joining me. Koenig Arius. This is so cool. I really like this knife. I like the design. I know there's a lot of chatter about it because there's a lot of people that really like them. There's a lot of people chasing this knife and would like to have it in their collection. And I totally agree. I see why. I really do. Okay, this knife I got from Jim Fiore. He sent this to me. He sent some other knives to put on my table sale, but he sent this not to put on my table sale. Don't give you a heart attack. But just because I was curious about it and I hadn't got around to getting one yet. And they're kind of in short supply. They come and they go in the marketplace, and then they're in the secondary market and that kind of thing. So they run around, it looks like around $550 and up, depending on what you got on it, because you can kind of do a lot of different things with these. In any case, this is a carpenter steel. This is CTX XHP on the blade. It looks like a really heavy stone wash. They've done DLC coatings. They've done other types of treatments for the blade. I like the way this was done. I really do. It's a good size knife. It's not huge, but it's pretty respectable in size. It's a 3.5-inch blade, and it's 8.5 overall. So about 90 millimeters. Come on, let's get back on here. 90 millimeters and 21.5 centimeters. Compare it to, hey, Rust in the Dust, Rusty. Well, Rex is his official name, but I always call him something different every day, I swear to God. But he's the PM2. So right there you go. 8.25 overall, 3.5-inch blade. Pretty much the same size for all practical purposes, as you can see. So it's not a huge knife. It's very EDC sized. Just the design is wonderful. I like this. I like how it gets bulbous out here. Not that this is the only knife that's been like this, right? I mean, this design looks familiar to me in that respect. Seen a lot of knives that pinch up here, they swell out here, tall blade, high grind, cutaway in the top of the blade, and you've got these little kind of fuller styling cues here. It obviously bearings on the pivot. I'm not taking it apart. You can finger flick it like that. Give it a little go. I was afraid I was going to hit the box with the blade. So give it a finger flick. You can do that. I don't find this as easy to thumb flick. That's really tough, and I have to get way out here to do that. And you know what? I got my fingers on this lock bar. So that is no bueno for me, but the middle finger flick is wonderful. And there's your flipper tab. No jimping. Bang. Now, the detent on this knife is not very strong. It's a 5 to a 5.5 at best. It's pretty much in line with most flipper knives I've had on this channel. About the same. I mean, you don't want detent from hell. You want it to deploy smoothly. I mean, I can fail this knife real easily. Not a problem. So I would not call this a snappy flipper. I'd call it a swinging gait, more like. It kind of swings out there on a lazy flip. But it's a good sized knife. You know what? I want to weigh it. That's what I want to do. it doesn't have weight relieving on it inside. So it's, oh, it's 6 ounces. Yeah, it's kind of heavy for just a standard EDC size. It's not like a 9-inch or 10-inch knife. What do we go? 6 ounces, so 170 grams. So it's on the heavy side. I think there was talk of, and I didn't really get to look at his Instagram site closely enough, but somebody mentioned that he's going to offer the option of weight relieving on the inside. So hopefully that could bring it down in the 5s. Because, yeah, it's a chunk of change. It really is. But the design is so nice. Check this out when you close it up. Wow. Nice. Look at this. This flows right into the bolster. I mean, the flow of this design is great. I'm going to give you the link to his website, the link to his Instagram. His website has his bio on it, how he went back and forth from North Dakota oil fields and saved money and back to Idaho and built his shop and got everything going, this and that. But it's a really cool story. Apparently, he's a really, really nice guy, and his customer service is very timely, that he responds almost immediately to customer needs and takes care of them. I mean, in a great way, in a really good, you know, maybe overdoes it, really surprises some people how responsive and how well they're taken care of. So, I mean, you got a lot backing this knife up. It's made in the USA. Yeah, it's 5.5, but I mean, well, think of a lot of the other mid-tech knives made in the USA, Olamic, Medford, whoever. So he's right there with them. And I like this blue backspacer. I like the way that pops. Not sure if I'd actually want to do the pocket clip any different than this. And I do like these long lines, and there are various designs that get done on the handle that you can get. So, or I think you can get micarta. I know you can get like carbon fiber on the front scale if you want to do that. I don't like War of the Worlds. I call it War of the Worlds, where one side of the knife is some material, the other side is a different material. I like the full titanium version, absolutely. And I really like these lines on here. I like this whole presentation of this knife. Oh, by the way, Fanatic Edge is the one that did the edge on this knife. I think Jim bought this from Fanatic Edge. So there you go with that. Oh, we got the box. It's a big, tall, mammoth box, which is not in perfect shape, is it? No. It's got a little, you know, magnetic closure there. Open it up. You got a microfiber cloth, little gel pack, and the date of birth. So it was just a couple months ago. All right, so really recent manufacture on this knife. Things have progressed over time. Things have changed with his knives from early production models to now. So I think I really like the more current production that he's done. And that's just a pretty knife right there. Really nice tall grind. Shall we? Hey, send it to me. I mean, come on, man. We gotta see. They got a Fanatic Edge on. Oh, yeah. That's like butter. That's like butter. Okay, that's all the cut I'm gonna do on Jim's knife. But wow. He shouldn't have sent it to me. You know, this is one of those ones where you go, gosh, I got lost somewhere. Into my pockets where it got lost. I would really like to have this knife. Or one just like this. And I've seen some of the milled lines. They've done a few different, more, you know, different types of designs. But this is just fine with me. I could deal. I don't like the little fine lines that go across this way. I've seen some of those. Nah. And no, I don't want a carbon fiber or micarta. I want a full tie. I know. But they can scar up over time. Yeah. The hardware here, not overly impressive, is it? just regular old stuff. And of course, I didn't try and take it apart, put it together, but looks like, you know, this stabilizes here and won't turn because it's D-shaped. So that's good. Yeah. And of course, I'm not seeing a stop pin. So yes, it's an internal stop pin right there. There you go. Runs on that internal track. Really nice. Great action. His, you know, when I got this knife from Jim, it was guillotine dropping a little much, so I tightened the pivot just a tad. And actually now I like it a little bit more to this kind of more hydraulic, light shakedown than a guillotine drop. So that's adjustable, obviously. And, well, there's your lockup. Whew. Not real heavy. 25%. If it, you know, of course, it's got an internal, it's got a, you know, hardened steel insert right there. If I can see the over travel stop. Yeah, I can see it right up through here. So, yeah, I can hear it tick. Over travel stop. That's nice. Another nice thought here was giving you some pass through here, which doesn't really hurt the design look of this. Okay, and it's jimped, so it's easy to disengage. So easy to disengage. Whew. I mean, what can you say? Weight relieved. Yeah, I mean, 6 is pretty heavy. It's balanced right there. Okay. You know, not here. It's heavy back here. So you got to move your finger right out there to balance this. I think if you weight relieved it, it would probably balance closer in here. But in any case, I don't think it would hurt it to weight relieve it. Still got that real, you know, this reminds me of the heavy Riot type build tank knife, you know, like the Valhalla or maybe even like the Torrent. They're kind of heavy built, thick, scaled, you know, monsters that are very matter of fact, not just another pretty face, but a real heavy feel, click, solid tank build. And that's what this has the feel of. But just the design. You know, these machined areas out here. Like the pocket clip, really do. Haven't tried it. Oh no, that gives pretty well. Yeah, that's not bad. You know, that shouldn't be bad. It doesn't look like it really goes over the pocket and has anything that kind of hooks itself into the pocket. So you ought to be able to withdraw it pretty quick and easy too. Just really, such a, I don't know how he's going to beat this deal, you know. It's kind of like you just designed a world-class knife. Now what are you going to do? What's your next step? But, you know, just keeping up with evolving this knife and doing different things with it. Maybe he'll make a smaller version someday. Who knows? Maybe a larger version. Interesting, though. I like it. I like it a lot. Thank you, Jim, for sending the knife to me. It feels so good in the hand. You know, the ergos are good because you got this big swell out here. You know, gives you a good purchase on this. Reverse grip. Oh, yeah, that's nice. So, yeah, I mean, you can go right up here. You don't really have a go-forward place here. You can kind of pull back on this to get closer up, but you're good right there. Of course, the nice little choil for sharpening. Blade design, nice. Great steel, great materials. Feels solid in the hand. It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat. It's one of those knives, maybe, that's getting to the point where it's getting so well known that it's like an anchor in a collection, like a Chris Reeves Sabenza would be. You know, that's one of, like, so well known. It's kind of an anchor knife, and this might be an anchor knife as well. Just one of those ones that's so beloved and so nicely done, and, you know, so much fun to carry. So just my idea. I think that's where this is headed. I do love it. Maybe, oh God, maybe someday I can put one in my collection. And if I do, I'll tell you what, I'm going to carry it. I'm just going to flat out carry it. All right, I'm going to let you go. Flanagan, what did you desert me? Okay, Finian, you going to show up? All right, we got both of our Lucky Charms out here. But if you get one of these, it's because you must be lucky. You must be lucky. Take care, my friends. Until next time, you know what we do. We love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.